Before we get started, GalacticStorm here. I'm doing a giveaway on the Xbox Series S. The link to the video is down below. Oh god, another GDI deck. Hello everyone, GalacticStorm here, welcome to the show. And today, another GDI deck for Command & Conquer Rivals. I'll be 100% truthful, I really didn't do well within GDI when it came to within the season and that. I always get my butt kicked. I tried using my Grenadier strong arm air deck in that, and I'll be honest with you, I lost a lot. And then I tried using other decks, including like the APC, which is the new meta at this point. It just wouldn't work well. So I thought, we got to go back to the drawing board, make some suggestions. So I went on Facebook on the Command & Conquer Rivals page, and I asked, what kind of decks would be a good idea without the APC. And one really got my attention that involved the Grenadiers. And this is the end result of it. So, let's just go through it and see what it does, shall we? So this is the deck that I used originally. It was a 3-3 strong arm air deck that involved Grenadiers as the main punch. But eventually, this really wasn't working well, so I had to go back to the drawing board, like I said earlier, until one person recommended this deck. It's a 3-1-2 deck, and I thought this wasn't going to work at first because it's, with the Pitbull and that, it's just not going to be as effective as, I would say, the Mohawk. But I was surprised. But instead of the Razorback, while the Razorback is a good aircraft in that and can take down infantry really quickly, I decided to go for another route and decided to switch it in for the Drone Swarm. So let's talk about the deck that we have on hand so far. So with the barracks, you have the riflemen to take on other infantry and scouts. And then for the missile squads, take on earlier versions of aircraft and air vehicles and such. And if you have problems with like Venoms, Rhinos, and that, just grab 2 of these things. Or if you're having problems with shockwaves or multiple militants or riflemen, just grab 2 or more riflemen. Or if they're getting a little too much, you can go to the helipad, in which you can get the drone swarm in that, and that can deal with a whole bunch of other infantry that can be annoying to your riflemen. But it will have a problem when it comes to missile squads, but the drone swarms will win if they're on the defense. But if they're dealing with other vehicles like pit bulls, buggies and that, well, they're going to lose. And they're going to have to go pass through them if you're going to be going through a pad in that. So, if you're going to deal with other kinds of infantry besides just shockwaves and that, stick with the riflemen for now. And then, if you're going to be going for more vehicles and aircraft, or if the enemy decides to throw them at you, don't go for the Grenadiers yet. So instead, go for the Pitbull. This is an early vehicle that can take on vehicles and aircraft. And they will do it on the move too, which doubles its lethality. And it can also block the pads too while killing enemies. So that's a huge plus. But then, if they're insistent on going after with the larger, or with going with more vehicles, then you bring out the Grenadiers, which will be your main punch. Use these guys to eliminate basically all the units within the War Factory on both factions. They can also deal with a good amount of Temple or Tech units too, within both factions as well. So these guys can be your, I would say you can use these guys on the pads, and then just protect them to whatever comes their way. If it's infantry, send drone swarms or riflemen, or if it's going to be aircraft, well, you can use missile squads, the Pitbull, or the last unit on option, which will be the Hammerhead. The Hammerhead will be used for the more elite aircraft, such as Orcas, Hammerheads, like other Hammerheads is what I meant to say, Phantoms, or even the more annoying units like Basilisks or Kodiaks. these guys would work well with them. So just get one of these guys and you'll be set. And then just have the Grenadiers as your holding units for the pads, and then just protect them to whatever unit comes their way. And for abilities, for commanders is what I meant to say. The commanders in this one, well, for now, you can use Jackson. That will increase the attack speed and the speed of your unit for a few seconds. And this works really considerably with Grenadiers and that. So they can take down like much stronger units that can be posing a challenge to them, like Wolverines and Widowmakers. Or you can also use, well, this guy is still going to be unlocked soon, but McNeil, to put down those traps down and make the units slower on the enemy side, I mean. And that way, the Grenadiers can put in more potting shots in, along with your other units. So that can make them very vulnerable, and you can hold the pads real quick. So for starters, start for the Riflemen, and then whatever comes your way. If it's shockwaves or Riflemen, grab more Riflemen. But if it's vehicles and aircraft, use the missile squads. And then depending on what comes next, if it's more infantry, drone swarms. But if they're going to be going for aircraft and vehicles, go to the War Factory and go for the Pit Bull. But if they're also more insistent on going for more aircraft, that's when you can go for the Hammerhead to take them out. Or if they're going for more vehicles, pair them up with a Grenadier and a Pit Bull, and they'll kill a lot of the units that are coming their way. And also you can use the Pit Bull for attacking harvesters and that while you're holding onto the pads more comfortably. And for the Grenadiers, you should protect them with either missile squads or some drone swarms. So yeah, I hope you guys would enjoy that one. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And be sure to look at my Facebook page down below. And if you're interested in winning an Xbox Series S, the link in the description is down below. And until then, GalacticStorm saying, keep charging, bitches.